and thank you for being here today. And I have with me Taylor Wills, who's one of the vice presidents of our local. It is great to see such support from members of the school community here today to unite against the budget cuts that the Board of Trustees of the Greater Victoria School District is proposing. Cuts to reading recovery, music, youth and family counsellors, educational assistants, teachers, clerical, all cuts that will have the greatest effects on who? Our children, your children. The impact of the cuts being considered to our membership is staggering. I stand here today to represent the staff who work in offices, libraries, technology, and to the educational assistants who work with all students, especially those most vulnerable. These cuts will have severe financial effects for employees who have lost their jobs or had their hours significantly reduced. Most importantly, these cuts will have a significant impact on the vulnerable students and the supports they receive, both in terms of their well-being and their academic success. The mission statement of School District 61 is, we nurture each student's learning and well-being in a safe, responsive, and inclusive learning community. How can these cuts allow our district to live up to their own mission statement? They can't. The vision of School District 61 is each student within our world-class learning community has an opportunity to fulfill their potential and pursue their aspirations. How can these cuts support that vision? They don't. The erosion of hours of educational assistance equates to a loss of services to the most vulnerable students in our district. Our educational assistants are constantly working with staff shortages, and now these cuts will add to the reduction in services to students. We need education assistants that have the ability to spend quality time working with these diverse learners so that they receive the encouragement and support necessary to enable them to become independent learners and participating members of the classroom, school, and their community. The role of an EA is to support the inclusion of students with diverse learning needs by providing academic and/or social-emotional skill development in the learning environment. Without these supports, the gaps for these students will widen. The ability for them to keep up with their peers will be reduced, and this will have lasting effects on their success, self-esteem, and mental health. Couple these reductions with the loss of youth and family counsellors, the loss of support to our students is even more significant. Our GVTA partners cannot pick up the slack and support the rest of the classroom in the same manner. Everyone loses. Not all learning happens in the classroom, and the cuts to the clerical workforce have been unlike anything we have seen in years. Offices are the hub of the school, and our workers not only support students, they support the families. Our GVTA partners, administrations, they support everyone who walks in the office. Early last year, we met with senior leadership to discuss the inequities of clerical staffing at schools. The district acknowledged the inequities, and our committee felt supported and expected that there would be positive results moving forward. With these cuts, our district has just shown that these were hollow words. It takes no imagination to cut these workers. Last year, this little virus arrived, which became a global pandemic and has affected almost every facet of all of our lives. It was CUPE members who were the first back in schools to ensure supports were in place so our essential workers could do their jobs. We provided the opportunity for children to come to school safely. This September, we will be dealing with students and staff who have been out of school for a year or more. We will be welcoming students into the classroom who have spent a good portion of their young lives at home without the regular social interactions our society is accustomed to. Students and staff are going to need additional services next year to ensure they feel safe and supported. Does our board really think that now is the time to further cut these necessary supports? Our board has a decision ahead of them, and that decision should be to provide the maximum support to our children in order to give them the best future possible. These children are our future, and they must be provided with the necessary supports to make their future bright. And that will mean our collective future is also bright. Our district needs to support its staff with all the tools and manpower necessary so at the end of the day, they know they've supported the needs of the students and the school community. We need our offices to be welcoming places, able to meet the needs of students, parents, staff. To leave our vulnerable students without the necessary classroom supports during these formative ages will have a negative effect on them for years to come, and this will put them at a significant disadvantage. It means that the students in the classroom who don't need these supports will also lose valuable teacher time. If I haven't articulated it yet, with these cuts, everybody loses. Thank you.